What's up, guys? It's Talon, and I haven't gained any marks in 5 days despite playing for 4+ hours each day. I'm going to just talk to you guys about the importance of consistency and how it doesn't actually matter that I'm going through this loss streak. I'm going to show you guys my match history, show you some of the tilting games, and then I'm going to talk about how consistency is all that really matters. What matters is that you play well consistently each game. Even a player like me, who you guys know has climbed to rank 5 multiple times, plays autofill, who's climbed very high and everything, will still have these days or these streaks of losses where my win rate even goes from 58% to now 56.4 in ranked, and all these things. And so again, I'm just going to go through some of my match history. You can see here, 1-3-6-5 game, then we had a lot of SVPs in a row, another SVP here where we did 38% damage, 77k damage, playing really well. Continuing to go through, this game, I ended up panic building Iceborne Gauntlet at the end of the game because I sold my GA, so that was obviously stupid of me, but play very well overall in this game. Even though Iceborne Gauntlet doesn't stack with Trinity, if you're wondering why it was stupid of me to do that. Another SVP, right? More SVPs. This game, I ended up playing really well, and my teammate ended up trying to lose literally on purpose, my top laner. So when we lose that game, more SVPs where we play very well. I think we did 46% damage in this game again. So basically, the point is, I have these different games where, maybe I don't play well every single game, but in general, I'm playing very consistently well in my wins and my losses. And then eventually, even here, 8-1-3, played very well. 13-1-10, we lose the game, we played very well here. And the reason I'm saying this and showing you guys, we went on a 6-game win streak at the end, but the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I get a lot of complaints about, your teammates and how do I get through a loss streak and all these different things, right? How do I avoid tilt? People are like, how are you still so calm? And don't get me wrong, sometimes I get angry, sometimes I do tilt, or, whatever. You guys have watched my stream and seen that too. But a lot of times people ask how I'm so calm during that. And the reason is really because of how much I value consistency for climbing. And so I'm going to go through some games for you guys, some games that I lost, some that I won, just going through certain parts of the game and showing you guys the things I do to stay consistent in terms of my gameplay and the things that I value doing every single game that really allow me to, even if I have, games where my team plays bad or I don't play perfect or whatever, I'm still consistently getting leads, consistently being strong, consistently having good score lines and playing well so that once my teammates do play all right, which you will, as much as you guys might not believe me, sometimes your teammates are going to be better than your opponents. This does happen even to the best players in Wild Rift. And when that happens, you have to make sure that you're in a position to carry the game. And that then whenever you do have teammates who are worse, you are also in a position to potentially carry those teammates by playing very consistently. So let's get right into the rest of the video. Okay, guys, so the first thing that I do to play consistently well every game is I understand the power spikes of champions. So if you did watch this lane phase on my stream, obviously I'm not going to go through every part of the lane phase. I played extremely safe all the way up until level 5. I just bled out his mana and made sure that all that I was really valuing was getting my XP up to level 5, because the power spike of Renekton especially is level 5, especially into a ranged champion. And so I utilize the fact that I understand the power spike in this lane and any real lane to then get the free solo kill as soon as I get to the proper level. I'm not playing aggressive on the earlier levels. I'm keeping track of enemy jungle pathing because, for example, the enemy jungle was pathing towards me when I was about level 3, and I knew that based on tracking him, and so I was playing very safe as well there. So understanding the aggression, when to go aggressive based on power spikes and playing around that is extremely important and can be applicable to pretty much any champion. And then the next thing that I do as well is I don't greed after getting a kill. So notice how after getting that kill, I crash the wave, grab the Scorpion, immediately recall and play around my item spike. And then you're going to see here again, we're going to get another kill here thanks to a good gank from our jungler. And now what am I going to do? You're going to see I'm going to think about it for a second, but I'm going to just push the wave and I'm not going to immediately push the turret. Because if I push the turret, Heimerdinger's going to come back there and now I'm going to be stuck in lane for longer. He's going to stop my recall and I'm not going to have my power spike. So the first main thing that you really need to understand to play consistently well is playing around your own champion strengths and win conditions, and then playing around item power spikes and understanding the importance of not over greeding for gold, but instead recalling when you have a good amount of gold to then utilize those advantages to further snowball the game. And then if you watch, the rest of this game again, this is the 8-1 and 3 game where I absolutely carried. You can see literally have all 5 of my team's kills at this point in the game. You see later on we get up to, I think we go 7-0 before anyone on my team does anything. And so we're completely carrying this game. We end up losing, like I said. So even though I lost this game, and we won't talk about all parts of the game because again, it's not trying to make the video super long, but I use these different consistent things to get a lead in lane and then snowball my lead And then even though I'm able to snowball my lead and get myself so strong, we still end up losing. Okay, guys, so the next way that I'm able to stay consistent is that I really actually value what matters in the game in terms of the win condition, and I think about how we're going to win this game. So for context, the previous game went 13, 1, and 10. It was the Varus game that I showed you guys, where I completely carried and I lost, and I was very tilted. At this point, I was losing a lot of games, and it was very frustrating to have that be another loss. And then this game, I won my lane against a Jace top lane, who's not the easiest matchup, and then I got ganked, got put behind, and the game was very hard. Despite this, I'm still identifying the way to win this game, which is a very hard way to win this game. We're losing the game. It's difficult. But how do I know we're going to win this game? If we do win, it's going to be through Lulu Nilah, because our Nilah is very strong, and I am a very tanky champion. If I'm able to get Gargoyle in 3 people, I can get a big shield. And then because of their comp, they have a lot of AD and a lot of crit. So I need Randuin's Omen second item and Frozen Heart third item to make them very useless as champions. And so you're going to see here, I understand my job in this fight, and so I just go forward to tank as much damage as possible. I know it doesn't matter if I die, it doesn't matter if I use my abilities, it doesn't matter if I kill someone. What matters is that I'm a frontline, literally walking, just putting my body in front of people and making sure that I tank for as long as possible. I distract people so Nilah can get this free dragon, for example, where we already had the first dragon, so that's another win condition, is sort of getting the additional dragon. You see, I literally go into 3 people. I know I'm going to die. The goal is just to stall time. Oh, but we got aced. So what do you mean, Talon? You think this was the right play? You guys all got aced. That's horrible, right? That's not how you want to play, clearly, right? No. That's how people view the game in terms of results. They'll always be like, oh, but it didn't work out, so why are you doing that? What are you talking about, Talon? This play did work out. That was the right play. This play didn't work out. It was wrong. That's not how you need to view the game if you want to value consistency. You need to actually evaluate what really matters. And again, as I told you guys, the way we're going to win this game is through the Nilah 1v9ing the game. And so you're going to see itemization-wise, I'm going for the Randuin Somin as I'm skipping through here. The Nilah, she ends up popping off here, getting a little bit of kills, which is very good, obviously. And then again here, I'm always just trying to set up for the Nilah. I'm making plays to make sure Nilah has the potential to carry the game. I'm going to recall for my item. I'm going to go straight looking for a possible Baron after we push the wave. Once my Nilah looks to make plays again, and then watch how I play this fight once again. I'm going forward and just making sure I stall. But does this turn out differently? Yeah, it turns out differently this time because we get a bit stronger. We get towards our power spikes. We hit the Randuin Somin. The team plays it a bit better. The Lulu doesn't ult me for no reason this time. And then my team ends up getting decent pressure off this fight. Now, it's nothing crazy, but it's the start. You can see how I understand my job. And just because it didn't work out one time, I'm just going to think about what's actually going to work. It's not always my fault that everything, happens in the way it happens. I'm just going to make sure I play in the way that I know I should, which is playing around my item power spikes, such as Randuin Somin in this game. Making sure that I play around my strength, which is the Nilah, and then get her ahead, make her game easy. And as her game is easy, she has the potential to carry. And, all the credit really goes to Nilah for carrying this game, not me, because I'm not the one who did all of this. But I understand even when I'm really tilted in the game and I thought I played well, but then I get put behind anyways, that I still have a job to do and I need to do that. And so then even here, you're going to see how I'm not the one carrying this, but notice how I literally flash forward, and the only thing I'm concerned with is peeling the Nilah. I stun the Jace so that he can't go onto the Nilah. I make sure I just put my body in front of them and make the Nilah game easy. So Nilah is, again, the one who's carrying this, the one who's doing a lot of the work, the heavy lifting, right? But I am making sure I put my body to get, for example, even a ward and positioning here so that the enemy can't steal this. I'm making sure that I always give myself as much, value in the game and always find a way to make myself as useful as I can be, even if I'm not the carry of the game or the game is not about me. And then again, you see this leads here to now me utilizing the T-Rex to, once again, I'm just using my body and my T-Rex to make sure that I push as fast as possible and that I keep the people away from my Nilah. When my Nilah is not here, I'm just distracting them and I'm knocking them back and trying to buy time until Nilah does get here. And then you're going to see again, Nilah, because she's a really fed late game Nilah, ends up being able to carry the game very well. Plays the fight super well. Again, I'm just making sure I put myself in front of her, just trying to do whatever I can to make her game easy. And so again, the way that I am able to consistently win games is that I identify the actual way that we're supposed to win the game, and I don't let myself sort of get discouraged because it doesn't work out one time. If I understand how we should win the game through, just basic logic, such as, again, getting to my power spikes like Randuin Somin and Frozen Heart and do a full AD auto attack based comp, or playing around my late game Lulu Nilah, even when the game's looking very bad, we're down 5k plus gold, we're down, teammates playing very bad, everything, still going to consistently value playing in this type of way. So that's another big way where we value consistency even in really tilting situations. And then this, again, did spiral into a 6-game win streak. This was the first win of my 6-game win streak after just losing a 13-1-10 game and 2 games earlier losing that Renekton game where I went 8-1-3 that I showed you guys. So even after all that, valuing that consistency ends up reaping its benefits through this win streak later on. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for the video. The real point of this video was just to share with you guys how every high elo player still has struggles in tilting games and even weeks sometimes, and that really what you need to value is playing consistently well over the course of a long period of time in order to climb. I'm not claiming that I never play bad or that I never had any bad games on this loss streak. I'm not claiming that I couldn't have won more of these games if I played better, because I could have. I made mistakes, and there are definitely a lot of things I could have done significantly better in a lot of these games. The point of the video is to just show you guys everyone has these loss streaks. You need to do these certain things well. You know, you can play around your item power spikes, play around your champion strengths, the win conditions. Be focusing on the win condition. Don't FF. Again, even that Renekton game that you guys saw, there was a 3-1 FF vote, and I had the choice to either FF or to keep playing, and I kept playing, and we ended up winning the game. And so just, you really need to understand, again, if you have some type of win condition in the game or something you can play around, make sure you're focusing on that. Make sure you're focusing on playing consistently well. Don't be results based in your analysis of your performance. Be objective. You know, you're going to make mistakes. You have these things to learn, and so definitely try to learn those different things, but make sure when you're trying to evaluate whether or not you played good or played poorly, that you're doing it again in an objective sense and not in a results based sense. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in coaching as a rank 5 sovereign autofill player, I do coaching for just $15 an hour. Just DM me on Discord, Talon1169, or do the link in the description, and I can give you guys some more specific advice on your individual gameplay and what you might want to improve on to be a more consistent player. And I will see you guys later.